Hey, BigSquareRoadToRoot.com with a quick update. Looks like the new operation, what they're calling QE4, QE5, whatever you want to call it, the Treasury buying or the Fed buying treasuries from the banks directly because the treasuries are tainted, in my opinion. Oversubscribed by 430%. 430%. This is crazy. This is insane. The banks are failing as we speak. The Fed's going to have to announce another program and another and another, just like I said. So here we go. Yesterday it started at the total number was, let me take a look here quickly. Oh, it was even more oversubscribed yesterday. So the program started yesterday officially. They've been doing it a while, but it's officially open for business. Yesterday, $1.6 billion cap yesterday on purchases. Remember, they're trying to do 60 and 20, 80 billion a month. So they put it out there yesterday. 12 billion was requested on outright coupon purchases. 1.6 was 12 billion was submitted. 1.6 was accepted. So 1.6 yesterday, and then today, huge number, 32 billion. Banks were trying to unload 32 billion worth of treasuries to get the cash, and they stuck to what they said they're going to do on their schedule, which I'll show you. So 7.5 billion is all they gave out. So tomorrow's, if you look at the schedule here, let me show you where the schedule is. The schedule for today, yesterday was 1.6. They did that, capped it out. Today was 7.5, capped it out, and had a huge amount. So tomorrow you're going to see 1.8 and then 7.5 and then 1.8 and then 7.5. That's huge numbers, like I said. And this is not the repos and reverse repos. This is a different bailout. They're staggering. What happened in 2008 was everything collapsed at once. And then they had to come to Congress with $700 billion bailout, and the overall number I think was 29 trillion that the Fed injected, and that was only to last 10 years. But the Congress did have a chance to say no. I think the Congress will have a chance to say no when the next jump comes in, or the other alternative is it's not a smooth jump into Congress to say bail us out. It's an abrupt stop to the system, and then they go to Congress. So I think it's going to be the abrupt stop with the computers locking up against each other when the insanity hits. Market is massively overvalued. Everything is massively overvalued. So what we're seeing today, the breaking news, I started to sound like CNN, is that 32 billion, $32.5 billion worth of treasuries were requested and only 7.5 billion were granted, which means to me that they are going to need to up these numbers or institute actually they can throw it into the repos. Let's take a look at the chart that's from the private road, the repos for today. As you can see, another jump up. It's getting back to this line, and we go exponential by mid-November. Exponential meaning to 20 trillion. Yes, I know we're only at 200 billion right now. But I said a couple days ago, by the end of this week, watch, it's going to go over 300 billion. Now we know these are going on. So we got two more. So we got another 10 billion coming out of the POMOs, permanent open market operations, QE4 basically. So another 10 billion coming out of there, but we got also the ability to do 35 billion plus on the term repo, plus you got overnights, which are basically whatever they want to do, because all they set is minimums on those. Today it was 75 billion. They haven't announced the term repo yet. So right now we're at 207 billion, probably get to 210 by when they announce the term or the reverse repos, which I include in just the overnight. It's starting to get a little complicated because there's so many bailout programs. Now we look at the maturity dates. So you got 38.8 billion maturing on the 22nd, which is next Tuesday. And they're going to kick in another one tomorrow, according to the schedule. So, I think it's going to be 35 billion on the term tomorrow, which is what they said was a minimum. Maybe more. And then, so that 35 plus 10 is 45. That puts us at 250 by tomorrow. And then by Friday, I think another 50. Because none of these are maturing until the 22nd, and then they're going to need something big. So again, we're going bigger and bigger and bigger, and the numbers are growing exponentially. So keep an eye on it. Also this, for those who don't think that markets are rigged, Trump predicts markets will go up today. I think it's the first time a president's ever chimed in, said markets will go up today. Is it a panic? Now remember, the Democrats want the markets to crash. They don't care about the people. They care about taking office. They want the markets to be destroyed, right? Which means the bad guys want the markets to be destroyed. China, now with the Democrats fighting them, going to pass a bill in Congress to screw up Trump's deal. China's ready for the markets to take a shitter too. Everybody wants the markets to take a shitter. Hang on tight. Who could have predicted this? Go to the Friday road trip. Go to the private road at Road to Ruta. Right here, Ruta's timeline. This timeline started in June with the very first one right here. I posted part 1. Ruta's timeline was June 25th. June 25th is when I posted. I've been talking about it, but you gotta watch all these videos. There's parts 1 and 2 of the timeline, and then I have updates. I'm going to be doing another update this week of timeline, and it goes through what, why, when, and where. And this is all before the September 11th time frame, which obviously now we can see September 11th was when the plumbing of the banking system started to implode. All right? So go to roadtoroad.com, join the private road, and I'll keep you guys up to date. Talk to you later.
Well, I grew up in the USA. I was taught that speech was free. Birmingham to Burning Man, you can speak any truth you see. Lately things have changed, they say I can't speak truth no more. And I'm just sitting here wondering who they are working for. See, they're gonna kick me off of YouTube. Unless I say 9/11's just another day. And they delete my friends on Facebook. Unless I pretend that socialism's a-okay. And they are gonna shadow ban my Twitter. Unless I tweet the chemtrails of Perrier. Finally they'll ban everything I've got to say as they kill free speech in the USA. They decide what's right, they decide what's wrong, they ban what won't conform. They sit in shadows, they run the gallows, say I must abide the norm. Without free speech we lose freedom, they cut off our free will. If I find truth that they don't like, they'll label me a shill. And then they're gonna kick me off of YouTube. Unless I say 9/11's just another day. And they delete my friends on Facebook. Unless I pretend that socialism's a-okay. And they are gonna shadow ban my Twitter. Unless I tweet the chemtrails of Perrier. Finally they'll ban everything I've got to say as they kill free speech in the USA. They're trying to kill free speech in the USA. Now wait a minute, it's not like me to give up on a fight. I'll expose their evil plans, bring their shadows into light. And I'll name names, I'll play their games, I've got them in my sight. They're trying to change the USA. I fight for what is right, so they can kick me off for YouTube. 9/11's all about building 7 and it ain't okay. And they can delete all my Facebook, but socialists fail every time in every single way. And they can shadow ban my Twitter, but I'm looking up at chemtrail skies each and every day. See, they have no right to ban anything I have to say, and I'll fight for free speech in the USA. I'm gonna fight for free speech in the USA. It's my right, free speech in the USA.